Good evening, and thank you for joining me for my persuasive speech. Do you know what the term glass ceiling means? Webster's dictionary gives the term glass ceiling as an intangible barrier that prevents women and minorities from obtaining upper-level positions in companies or government. Did you know that today, if there are 60 men leading a company, right here, you see all these? 60 men leading a company for every 3 women leading a company. That's a big difference. There's also 14% of women on boards in companies, and that is an area that I would like to persuade you today to think about what are ways that we can help those women grow and achieve. Being an account executive in a Fortune 500 company myself and seeing the opportunities that I've had, I'd like to persuade you to join me in helping women break through that glass ceiling and for our girls to grow up in a tomorrow that's a little bit more even in the gender relations in that upper level management. Let's start first with history. If we look back to the history of our country, we see a lot of women in the homes raising their children and taking care of their households. That could be a very good thing, and that's a very positive thing, and that's something I did with my family too. I also see that there are some bold forerunners in after they've raised their children, or if they've chosen not to raise children or have children, to go out into the workforce and make a difference in society and in businesses. So there are some women in the past, like Rosa Parks, who wouldn't give up her seat on the bus, like Geraldine Ferreira, who was a 1984 first woman on the vice presidential ticket for our country. Hillary Clinton, who was also running for the Democrat position as president. Bob Dole's wife, Elizabeth Dole, who also ran for president. Those were things that when I was a young child or young girl, I did not see that happening. So I'm glad to see that happening today. If we look today to the current state of things, I see a lot of opportunity. A lot of opportunity for women to grow and succeed in our society. And I see a lot of doors opening up. One of the changes that I've seen is, for the first time in our history in this country, 57% of college graduates are women. So we've gone above the 50% mark for the first time in history. In addition, 60% of women are the people with graduating with master's degrees. That said, we still don't have women in the leadership positions within the companies. So we have more women as college graduates, but it's not translating yet over to those leadership positions within companies. There's some media attention that's kind of cool right now. Sheryl Sandberg is the author of this book called Lean In. Lean In is a new book that talks about just the glass ceiling and the women's opportunities in the work world. It's really written for women to achieve their full potential, whatever they choose, to be home or in the workforce, to really lean into that and do a good job at it. One of the quotes I like that she says is, "I am hoping each woman will set her own goals and achieve them with gusto. And I'm hoping each man will support the woman in the home and in the workplace with gusto." These opportunities, the media attention and the opportunities I talked about, have really put this issue of the glass ceiling into the spotlight in our world today. I'm envisioning just a new future now, and as we see women graduating from colleges and moving into open positions in companies, we're seeing some global growth and change in that. One of the recent things that we've seen is that women have become CEOs of companies. So for example, Yahoo, IBM, Hewlett-Packard, even women in countries, Angela Merkel in Germany, the Philippines, and some transitions in power in other countries that are showing women in leadership roles that can be a real encouragement to the younger generations. So as we conclude, I'd like you to think about your role and how you can impact and support women in society today. I'd like the women to be encouraged to discover what is their potential and their area of interest and to really go after it, and for everyone to know that they play a role in helping each other out. It's my belief that we can take these opportunities and change some of the dynamics in the power of the world today and in the businesses, and make a benefit for future generations. So I encourage you today to speak up whenever you have the opportunity, and thank you so much for listening.